In our last episode, we arrived in Bimini, explored the island, discovered great local food, and got to see some amazing marine life. Now it was time to set sail for Nassau on the island of New Providence. Because we only sailed during the day, we would need to make 2 overnight stops along the way before arriving. Our first stop would be Mackie Shoal, which is nothing more than a black pole in the middle of nowhere in 15 feet of water. And for us, it's 7 hours away from the nearest land. Before the sun went down, there were 4 other boats anchored along with us. Before the moon came up, and without any light pollution, we enjoyed the beautiful night sky with stars all the way down to the water.
Holy moly. That is a monstrous monster.
Monster moon.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Early the next morning, we charted course for our second stop, Chub Key, which is at the south end of the Berry Islands. Before going anywhere, we always check the marine forecast for wind direction and speed for the next few days. This way, we know where it's best to anchor to be sheltered from any strong winds. Here we are at Chub Key in the Berry Islands. We arrived here about an hour ago. We sailed here from Mackie Shoal, so we traveled all day today. Beautiful place. We had a few boats traveling along with us, and yeah, we're going to anchor here for the night. Tomorrow we'll be getting a slip in Nassau, and more on that tomorrow. Beautiful place. When we anchor in 10 feet of water, it's really incredible how we can see the line, the chain, and the anchor on the bottom. Watching the sunset over the water never gets old. Early the next morning, we charted course for Bay Street Marina in Nassau. It turned out to be a really nice place. The next morning, it was time to head out and explore Nassau. This is the Margaritaville Hotel. Let's see if we can get to the top floor. Here we are on top of Margaritaville Resort Restaurant, and this is where we came in yesterday from Chub Key. We sailed into Nassau, and there's all the cruise ships over there. And it's Party Central. And who could resist a supersized margarita after such a big day of exploring? And a trip to Margaritaville would not be complete without a cheeseburger and a cold draft beer. We stayed in Nassau for a few days, waiting for favorable winds to set sail for Eleuthera. When the day came that looked like it might work, we gave it a shot. With 8-foot waves, Summerfest was up to it because the waves were far apart, but it wouldn't be a comfortable 8-hour passage, so I decided to turn back to Nassau. We set the anchor outside the harbor and reviewed our options for another good weather window. Marinas are very expensive in Nassau. With the resort charges and other fees, it adds up very fast. While we were on the hook, Ilona was walking on the boat to check up on the anchor, and the phone slid out of her pocket. In slow motion, it bounced onto the boat 2 times, went over the side, plopped into the water, and waved to us as it went down to the bottom of the ocean. We tried unsuccessfully to rescue it in 15 feet of water, but after a few failed tries, with the boat pole and a fishing net, it got covered up, and with the boat swinging away from the phone, we lost sight of it. Luckily, everything is stored in the cloud. We anchored near the cruise ships for the night. There was a 24-hour window of good weather for the Bimini area, so the next morning we decided to head back to Bimini. It would be a non-stop through the night passage. The weather was perfect. We got to see a beautiful sunset over the water, satellites passing overhead, planets, and lots of shooting stars. Ilona and I took turns at the helm to get some sleep in between watches. We arrived at sunrise. We tied up at Blue Water Marina and got some much-needed sleep after our long passage. Later that day, Ilona got her new phone. She was so happy. This is where we get our 5-step reversed osmosis filtered drinking water, located next to Blue Water Marina. We tied up in a nice spot at Blue Water Marina where Scuttlebutt was able to walk around and stretch her legs. Now that we were rested up, it was time to explore some of the places we missed the first time we were here. We found some bananas growing on the island. What a pleasant surprise. I had no idea that they had banana trees. Really cool. They're little, but yeah, nice. Looks like some were harvested already off this stem. And this is some kind of flower or something. Very cool stuff. King Brown's grocery store and King Brown's hardware store. The general store has pretty much what you can get on the island. We always love going back to Radio Beach. We have the whole place to ourselves when there's no cruise ship in town. And the snorkeling never disappoints. For $3 each, we took the water taxi to South Bimini. Found another beautiful deserted beach. And we learned all about lemon sharks at the Bimini Shark Lab.
So yeah, this is the Bimini Biological Field Station. happy that you all could kind of come and see. Sorry you couldn't offer more as it's an off day as well.
It is off there to pretend.
Course next week. University course. Yes, that's
Now it was time to take the water taxi back to get ready for our next adventure. Join us next time when we set course for the Grand Bahama Island, explore Freeport, and the abandoned Xanadu Hotel.